Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. I'm a urologist from San Jose, California, and I'm the chair of the WFF Board of Directors. It was almost exactly 15 years ago that I was preparing to deliver what I thought would be a very important address to a prestigious medical conference. I was in the audience listening as the speaker before me delivered his address about urinary incontinence in the developing world. That address changed my life. The speaker was our founder, Lewis Wall, and I decided I needed to do something to help. I learned that every year there are hundreds of thousands of pregnant women in low-resource countries who are unable to deliver their babies safely because there's no one to help them. In most cases, both the women and the baby die. But in many cases, some delivery is accomplished and the woman is left with terrible injuries. This is still true today. By then, I had been the director of female urology and pelvic reconstructive surgery at Stanford for 12 years. But I had never seen those types of injuries. I didn't even imagine the severity. In the cases where a woman survives, she has no life. She is leaking urine and/or feces uncontrollably because she has an obstetric fistula. Or her injuries allow her internal organs to prolapse outside the vagina because she has pelvic organ prolapse. Without obstetric care, these injuries could occur to any woman, anywhere. You've heard Asimo share how she was chased, ridiculed, and abused by her own family after she suffered a fistula. We have heard the stories of many survivors, and they are similar. They did nothing wrong. They simply had the misfortune to be poor and to suffer a childbirth injury. The Worldwide Fistula Fund helps these women by supporting on-the-ground excellence. This is our operating philosophy. We enable local people to solve their problems. Our organization started in Danja, Niger, where the surgery center WFF built is still the best I've seen on the African continent. You've heard from Dr. Atengre, our first fistula surgeon at Danja. He is now back in his home country, Burkina Faso, and carrying forward lessons he learned in Danja as the only certified fistula surgeon in the country. Doctors Malaku and Fakade, the premier fistula surgeons in Ethiopia, have used WFF mentoring to become the trainers of a new generation of reconstructive gynecologists. Alice Imasu, a leading voice for women on the continent, has established an outstanding Center for Women's Health in Uganda. Tomorrow you'll hear from Kenya's Sarah Omega, who works to make fistula survivors economically independent following their repair. What is it worth to restore a woman's life? You can help us heal her. You can enable her to return to her community with a skill. You can provide holistic care for less than $3 a day, what most of us spend at the coffee shop. Your support is needed now more than ever. The closure of medical facilities during COVID has left many women waiting for care. $960 covers the full cost of surgery, reintegration, holistic care throughout, $3 a day. The injured woman may not know her condition can be treated. Perhaps no one in her village is even aware. Maybe she can't afford the cost of transportation to seek treatment. Perhaps the doctor she needs doesn't know how to help her, or an unqualified surgeon fails in an attempt to do a repair. She may have found an expert surgeon but can't afford surgical fees. Ultimately, She may have given up searching after months or years of trying to find a cure. She has resigned herself to be alone, wet, and miserable. You can restore her life. I hope that you will decide to support these women through us. When you give today, your gifts will be matched by generous donors up to $15,000. But in any case, thank you so much for generously sharing your valuable time with the Worldwide Fistula Fund. God bless.